Hey, family, welcome to another episode of the Saturday Sit Down, hosted by your two favorites, myself, Miss Erin Bull, and my lovely co host, Miss Lovey, host of Live, Laugh, and Lovey podcast. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good.
All right,
Eh,
good, good.
ish.
Eh. Okay, well, I'm
Ish.
I'm good. Thank you for
Oh
asking.
yeah. How are you? Dang, can I get my response out
You
first?
said yes.
Dang.
It's supposed to be just fine, thank you, and then move on. We don't really care how you're doing. It's just courtesy. I'm just kidding, baby. Missed you.
Whatever. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all
Hmm.
right. Yet another long week, but we here. We here.
Mhm.
So happy Juneteenth. Happy
Mhm.
Juneteenth.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
happy Father's Day to the fathers out there. So well, number one, Juneteenth is now a federal holiday, national
Not
holiday.
according. Not according to Brian Kemp. I'm sorry. Just had to throw that out there.
Please enlighten us about our wonderful governor.
Uh, Mr. Kemp said that there's already 12 federal holidays on the calendar. And yeah, today this year, 2021 will not be officially counted as a holiday, federal holiday in the state of Georgia.
Okay. Well,
Hmm. Hey,
one, I mean,
Courtney.
hey, Courtney, I think that just due to the timing of the passing of the bill, that's okay. He get a pass for that because even in the official rollout or the signature of it, they don't have a date that it goes into effect. So, I mean, I really didn't expect for it to, have an impact on today, especially with it already being with it being a Saturday anyway. Although generally, whenever a holiday falls on the weekend, they either honor it the day, Friday or Monday. So, but I don't foresee them being able to do such a quick like, oh hey, yeah. By the way, guys, we're closed Monday. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't have expected that. It was just funny to hear him say that. You didn't really have to say the way that you just explained it would have been a far cry from how he explained it. We already got 12 on the books.
Right? Like, come
What?
on.
Whatever.
And girl, why is it some people mad about Juneteenth? Like, of course, it's the others. The others. It's not us. Like,
The Caucasian persuasion.
yes, the unmelanated.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
And also, and then you got some black people that are mad that other black people are just now finding out about Juneteenth.
Really?
Girl, yes. Like, oh, we been celebrating. Y'all just playing catch up and want to give all these rules. Like, first of
One of
all,
those do-gooders.
each one teach one. And if you're upset at these folks just finding out, then be mad at yourself because clearly you ain't did enough to spread the word.
Right. Right. Oh, when
And,
you say each one teach one, that just took me back to. I'm sorry. Because I went to how I learned about each one teach one is I went to like this 2-week camp in San Diego, and it was I don't even know how in the hell I got invited. I know my friend Dee Dee. She was the one, she was my road dog. We did everything together. And
yes, because I've heard a lot of my friend Dee Dee, but go ahead.
she was like, ask your grandmother if you could go to San Diego. Bet. And we was in high school. And were we in high? Yeah, we were in high school. We hadn't graduated yet because we hadn't gone to school because I thought I was going to go to school in San Diego. So she got us enrolled in this camp and we were there for like 2 weeks and we were on University of San Diego State, and it was like nothing but black folks, like black kids, shall I say. And they taught us, that was when I first learned about the Black National Anthem. Um That was when I really started developing an understanding about fraternities and sororities because we got kidnapped by the Deltas. We did. We
Okay.
did. We did. We did. And then they was trying to like lightweight put us online. What is this? But yeah, so each one teach one. Yeah, that's where I learned that. So, and that was like back in 91, 92, something like that. So yeah.
We back in the day. No, not really. I can't say that because that was in my day, so that made me be elderly too.
Exactly.
But also, I will say that Juneteenth as a federal holiday, I mean, is great, but at the same time, we're still in this fight about can it be taught in schools, or I mean, the whole backstory of it all, and okay, so we can get a federal holiday, but we can't get no reparations. Or I mean, maybe this is just step one. Maybe this is just step one.
Okay, so here's my question on reparations. What would that look like? Huh?
Okay, so bare minimum, before you can even get into the end result of what reparations would look like. And I don't think that it, I personally don't think that it could just be like a thought, like, okay, or that easy. Like, okay, we're going to pass reparations, signed reparations. Like, no, before it even gets to an end result, bare minimum, let us see the work being done. You know what I mean? Because HR 41 was the commission for the study of reparations, which they're still debating about. And they have, well, I don't know exactly who. Some independent people have done their own studies and things like that to determine the financial amount. But again, like you said, what would reparations look like? It would look a various number of ways. You know what I'm saying? It's not just oh, this is reparations. It comes with obviously the symbolic piece of an apology and acknowledgement. Um, there could and should be some financial compensation, erasure of debt like student loans, um, either some sort of boost to credit scores or amendments or something like that. Now, the sticky part of it is that you would have to figure out who qualifies for
Exactly.
reparations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because is it the descendants of American slavery? Is it the descendants of, you know what I mean? Because the slaves in themselves that were here in America did not just come from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they are called, or we are called the American or the descendants of American slavery, American descendants of slavery,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't just, pinpoint it to a specific
Region.
country or region.
Mm-hmm.
But even before you get into reparations, where's the hate bill? Because, I mean, one, I think it's something to some extent that we've kind of been fighting for, but maybe we never really thought that there would be such a thing until 8 Asian people got killed. 3 months, or within not even 3 months, an Asian hate bill was signed.
Rolled out immediately.
I mean, and not to say that those 8 people didn't deserve it, or that the Asian community doesn't deserve it,
Mm-hmm.
but we've lost way more than 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Fact.
mean? Even if you just talk about the post slavery period, because talk about slavery. Okay. Now, with that, what is Juneteenth?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which,
go ahead.
by the way, I had heard about it. I've known about it, but not necessarily knew the true meaning of it.
Until when?
So until now.
Oh, really?
Until what? Like maybe a couple of years ago. It hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like somebody was just like, let's sit down and let's talk about this. No, I had to do my fun fact finding myself.
Right. Well, one thing about it is that Texas was the first state to ever actually celebrate Juneteenth, which is where kind of where Juneteenth actually started. So obviously January 1st of 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by Abraham Lincoln. However, they didn't have Twitter, email, Instagram, Facebook, or any kind of instant notification. So it
Damn.
literally took. I mean, the Union soldiers had to go from state to state announcing the freedom of the slaves or the end of slavery, and it took them almost 2.5 years to get to the last group of slaves in Texas,
Galveston to be exact.
in Galveston,
Ooh,
Texas.
that mean I got some reparations coming because I got family in Galveston, honey.
Girl, don't do that. Don't do that.
I do, honey. And we got people out there.
But it was June 19th, 1865, that last group of slaves found out that they were free. So every year we celebrate Juneteenth. And people ask, well, how do you celebrate it? What does it mean? Besides the fact, it's Freedom Day. It literally is. That is Freedom Day. That is Independence Day, even more so than July 4th, because we were not all free
Mm-hmm.
on July 4th, which actually, we're not all free now. But that's a horse of a different color. Sorry. So like me, I'm like you. I didn't always know about it. I found out about it probably about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
About 5 years ago, and only over the past maybe 3 to 4 years, I've really kind of gotten into like the separation of the holidays. So like 4th of July now, I mean, I may go to a cookout or something like that, but I personally don't do anything like plan, or host. Not
No
anymore.
fireworks?
No, ma'am. I shoot my fireworks on Labor Day. Now, I've shot fireworks on Labor Day for the last 4 years. Yeah, so I did stop shooting fireworks on the 4th of July. I did do that.
Impressive. Okay.
Um, and what I did find when it comes to Juneteenth is that those that kind of have known learned about it from church, which goes back to the church used to be the origin of news and history,
Uh-huh.
our history anyway. That's where we get to find out what really happened with us and to us, and things like Juneteenth.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Uh-huh.
Okay, no, I was just trying to see if you was done moving that microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it bothering you?
Girl.
It was? Okay, hold on.
Yes,
Okay, hold
you
on.
could just
Move
mute
back.
your mic, mute it, and then move it.
No, I don't. Okay, fine. 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 All right, I'm done.
Okay, because podcast police. Because live, laugh, and love it would never.
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. My bad. My bad. My bad. We all honest up here. We upfront. Everything.
Yeah.
All the shenanigans usually happens live. So
I know. I know. But nevertheless, yeah, so that's Juneteenth. Now I am working to get to a point of actually celebrating Juneteenth. I always acknowledge it, but I just haven't gotten to a point of like, I don't know, because literally over the past 2 years have there really been
an
Juneteenth,
emphasis.
yeah, on the
Mhm.
celebrations period. I mean, I can make my own personal mission and just say, hey, it's Juneteenth, I'm going out for the people. But it's like, what am I doing? So yeah, I am happy to see that it's being spread. And I hope that those that have long since known about Juneteenth will continue to spread the word, you know what I'm saying, and inform. Because I don't think that that's ever a reason to, oh, see, come through with the facts. See, you want to know where my Black 365 comes from? That's my mama right there. Come through with these Black 365 facts, baby. Slave owners received reparations for the lost property when the slaves were free. And that's facts. They received like $300, some of them. $300 to compensate them for the loss of the slaves.
Okay. But we talking about now.
Oh, I know. But that's all all the more reason that clearly y'all see a need for reparations to,
Mm-hmm.
compensate a loss, offset a loss. So back to the reparations conversation though. What does it look like? It could look like I said, a myriad of things. Not, of course, everybody wants a check. Okay, not mad. I want a check. But you also have to realize who we talking about. But also, I think that 2021 kind of showed you what is possible because they gave the whole country a stimulus package repeatedly. Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted, the if you so when it comes to funding for reparations, there's gonna have to be a decision made because financial compensation doesn't completely offset it. You know what I mean? And it's
It's
temporary.
short term, right? Mm-hmm.
So, I think that there should be some cash payments, but I would definitely like to see some things put in place for the long term.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of retroactive,
Generational.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and some proactive, to help end some of these generational curses.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Let's see. Went out and celebrated today in my city and will be continue to celebrate. It was great. It was like a big family reunion. And I do think that that's kind of what Juneteenth is now. It's like, okay, because it's almost like a hidden secret. You know what I mean? Like you kind of just had to remember it on your own or one on one or in small groups. But now it's like, oh, that's what they're doing. It's kind of like, unfortunately, but like you have permission to celebrate
Yep.
it. But I'm with it. I'm with it. Um, but I hope that they don't say, well, yeah, I got a holiday. When we start talking about other conversations like the hate crime bill, reparations, etc.
We may not see it in our lifetime.
I think we will. Now, I don't know about I think the cash payment part would be the last piece of it. I think that would actually be the end of the reparations, like the package. That would be the last part of the package. Um, but I think that because like a credit score generation, not what you call it, the wealth gap, things like that, that's data driven. That's you can actually track that and kind of do some things to offset it, even if it's not necessarily financial. But there's a way to kind of remedy that sooner than figuring out the cash payment and who qualifies for it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so and I think that especially when it comes to the cash payment, I think that it's gonna be some catch 22s loophole, not
No,
loopholes, but some
yeah, it's gonna be
red
a
tape to
mess.
go through.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But I think I'm gonna be in line for something if I do get it because I got that Galveston tag.
Girl. There might be country out there.
What you mean?
Oh, you don't fool with country people.
Your mic keeps hitting the cup.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. Oh,
Mhm.
now you can hear sounds. Now you can hear sounds.
And secondly, yes, I do know they are country. They are very country. They're not southern. They are country. Ooh. I don't know how Sharon talked to them. I never know what the hell they saying. I need subtitles.
I mean, they talk slow.
That too. Oh yes, they do talk slow. My cousin, because we have a cousin named Sharon. And the last time I saw her, I think was at my Sharon's wedding, which is
Mm-hmm.
like in '91. And I remember I was looking at them like, why y'all talk like that? In my head, I didn't verbalize it. But they was just like, hey, cousin Sharon and cousin Lovey. Spell Lovey. I need you to spell that. Because I don't think it's spelled the same way I spell my name. But yeah, they are very country. Sweet people, but country. Eh.
But country. It's just, girl, oof,
Whew.
you and this. I'm gonna need you to start putting that country thing out there like
I'm
it's
just
just
saying they
negative
are. I'm
now.
gonna have to get Sharon on here one day, and you gonna have to hear us interact with each other so that you can understand what I mean. They are country. Like, have you ever been out of the big city?
Girl. What else I was gonna say to you? I'm not fooling with you.
I'm just saying.
What
I love my
what you just
people.
saying?
I do. I love my people.
All right.
My grandmother's brother-in-law. We call him Uncle Coon.
All right then. I love it. Please don't let me get the name of some of my family members.
So it's country. We got country in our family. I do. We
Oh,
do.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
You made me
What are you
lose
about
my
to
whole
say?
train of thought. You see, it's gone. I was trying to look around and see. Come back. Come back, thought.
You like my pup?
I was just getting ready to acknowledge it.
I
Oh,
got two.
okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Shout out to the hair growth. Shout out to the hair growth. And just to be clear, if y'all don't remember, because y'all may not watch every episode, Levy does suffer from what is it?
Alopecia.
Alopecia. So we were really celebrating her hair growth. We ain't throwing no
Mm-hmm.
shade. Okay. We are
Mm-hmm.
celebrating this moment.
Mm-hmm. See the baby hair.
Okay. I know she was going to say them edges. I was trying to point them out, but she did. She's trying to have some good hair for my wedding, y'all.
Yeah. I'm still reeling in my head as to what I want to do for
Oh,
the day.
we're in the same boat. I ain't figured that part out, like what I want to do with my hair.
Yeah, but you have hair. Like if you want to pull your hair up, you can do that. I can't do that.
I mean, but it's the same thing. I still got to figure it out.
Kiva
I ain't,
gave me a wig.
oh, she did.
It's cute though. It's red. So I definitely can't wear that with that. No.
Oh
It's
no,
cute though. But I put it on, but it is cute. I was like, oh, this would be cute for the wedding. But I
mm.
don't know.
What you gonna do? Switch after you take the dress off? You gonna take this? Do
I don't know.
outfit
I gotta figure
thing?
I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for Belinda's wedding.
Mm. And when is
Since
that?
hers July 31st.
Like in a month?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I'm just
Mm.
like, ugh. I don't know. I kind of want the headband wig. I don't know if you ever seen this, but it's basically a wig with a headband. It's a black headband, and you could put. So I could tie this on top of it, but it
Mm.
will stay in place. So
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't know. I'm ready to get rid of my hair, but I'm not mentally ready to get rid of my hair.
Oh, I know. Because you
So
go back and forth about it like every
I
week.
do.
Like,
I do. I do. I do. That's the problem. But yeah, I'm proud of my little puffs. I got two. I got one right here, and I got another one right here.
okay then.
So yeah, when I'm home, I look like I just got off the plantation.
Oh, Lord, you got the picking in puffs.
Yeah,
About
but
to-
it's cute though. I look like a little girl. I would say I look like a little girl instead of a pickaninny.
Okay. All right, all right.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
So, in the spirit of Juneteenth, and obviously, I mean, I plan on acknowledging Father's Day, so we're just going in order. I mean, don't forget about Father's Day. We got this. We got this. Trust me, we gonna get to Father's Day, okay?
Thank you, Courtney.
Yes. Um. So, who are some of your heroes? Don't have to be in any particular order. Oh, click, thumbnail, stumped you. And y'all, let me tell you, I told her that this question was coming up before the show.
Yeah, I didn't think that you were going to ask me.
Oh, you thought I was just,
Hey, Jermaine.
hey, Jermaine.
Um, who are my role models? I've never really grown up with a role model,
Well, I said heroes.
a hero, same
I don't.
thing.
I don't think it's the same thing.
Well, a role model is someone that you, I don't want to
Aspire
say
to be
idolize.
like.
Yeah, inspire. Okay, so okay. This is gonna sound weird, but not weird. But shut up. If I had to say one person, I would say Wendy Williams. And I say her because she's done it all. You know, she conquered radio because originally I wanted to go into radio.
Hmm.
I wanted to be the DJ on the air. I was about to be like, "Hey, it's your girl Lovey." Well, I wasn't going to use my real name.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, I was Cocoa Eyes. I was Cocoa Eyes at one, but I was the Brown Eye Bandit. Um, Everything was centered around my eyes. But yeah, I
We
wanted
know.
to shut up. And yes, this microphone, I have always wanted this microphone in my life at some point. So I wanted to be a part of media in that light. And when I first really discovered Wendy, I think I knew about her when I was home, but it wasn't until I moved here to Georgia where, people was really talking about her. And then when I had the ability to live stream it, I was like, oh, okay. And then when she transitioned to TV, I was like, oh. I mean, because Oprah had done TV, it's, I don't know, but Wendy brought a different brand to TV. So, it's like you can have an entire show where you talking about the latest news and gossip of entertainment and people be tuned in. People are you're capturing an audience. So I was like,
Mm,
oh, okay. But then as I got older, I was just like, maybe not. But I would say she is one of them, definitely.
okay. Well, kudos to you for even being able to follow her because I can't watch an episode. I have tried. I have tried, and
But
it
you're
don't
not a
even.
TV person, though.
It didn't even. It didn't even have anything to do with her off or all the other stuff she had going on. I just I can't.
Why? Because she messy or
Yeah, yeah, that's what it. I don't do messy. Even though like I grew up in a Jerry Springer era,
we all did? Yeah.
but I think that Jerry was the only one that could have like prolific
Not
messiness.
Oprah? Oh, prolific messiness. Okay.
Messiness, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now
Mhm.
Oprah had the talk show thing, but I think that Jerry Springer was just the only one, and then even then I outgrew grew it. You know what I mean? He just started capturing all the people, like
Hood
yeah, but
and
I
ghetto
feel
and
like
redneck.
his window was always like an age range. So once you outgrew, once you got outside of the age range, you just remember when. But those, 18 to 24, maybe something like that, maybe 30, maybe 30. That's his age range.
Mhm.
Once you hit that 31 and you start, that light start
That's when
coming
you go to
on.
that's when you go to Oprah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you're like, oh. Okay, let's have a seated conversation where a chair ain't flying. You're the,
I'm mad you went.
yeah. That's Jerry Springer, baby. Wendy was very judgmental and really didn't do a lot of uplifting of our people. She was quick to call you out and get a laugh off of it. Mm.
She was. She definitely was until she went through her mess, her
Was she
public mess.
was she passed out on camera?
Was she planned that?
Oh, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Because that was part of her plan of divorcing her husband.
Oh wow! Spill the
Mm-hmm.
tea then.
Yeah. So it's, of course, you don't know something until you don't understand something until you go through it. And if you watch her now versus maybe like 2, 3 years ago, you'll see a different person. Yeah, she messy. Yeah, she shady, but she's a little bit more understanding of people's situations now. I've seen a difference in her because I don't agree with everything that she says. It's not like I looked at her and her word is bond. No, I'm not saying that. Because sometimes I'll be like, for real, Wendy, girl, stop it. But it's entertainment. And if you can't understand what's entertainment and what's real, then you need to take a good look at yourself.
Okay.
I mean, because everybody talk, everybody gossip. Well, not have it. Everybody gossip in some form or fashion. You
Mhm.
may not be sitting up there, girl. Let me tell you, no, but everybody does it to a degree. She's just one that verbalizes it. Everything that we've been thinking, she verbalized it. Andy Cohen is the same exact way. He's a little bit more professional with it because he comes from news.
Mhm.
So he has a different approach to it, but he is messy. And I love it. I'm here for it. Like, I'm so here for it. Because just like the Keeping Up with the Kardashians is going off of the air for the E network, but they're going to have a show for Hulu. And so they're in the middle. Well, they've already recorded, but they're showing the first part of their reunion. And he asked her about her marriage to Chris Humphries. And he was asking questions that, we all wanted to know. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. And Kim was answering. I was like, okay. Just like Kim has changed a lot. A lot. So, yeah. That's my answer, Alex.
Oh, okay. All right. So on the next episode, no, I'm just kidding. So just one. Think
Hmm.
on it. I'll answer.
No, I honestly, I never looked at people like that. Like, oh, I want to be like her one day. I've never been that person.
Well, so for me, I never had anybody that I really wanted to be or be like other than my parents. Honestly, both my mom and my dad. They were my role models and my aspirations in my adult life. Now, of course, as a kid, I ain't want to be nothing like them. But now that I'm an adult, you know, I get it now. I'm getting it now. I'm like, okay, so what you say, Ma? How you do this? Okay, all right, girl. I used to talk to my dad about like, okay, so business planting, girl, because my dad is from was from South Carolina, so we used to talk about planting, and I wasn't gonna get out there in that garden, but I would listen. I would listen. I know the seeds. I know when to put some greens in the ground. Okay, but so for me, just heroes are people that kind of inspired me or gave me some sort of motivation. And I have a bunch. Of course, Malcolm X was one of my first heroes. Um, and I just admired his ability to clearly articulate the truth, and he told the nasty, honest to God truth in such a, I don't know what the way is that he would do it. You know what I mean? Like they hated him for the honesty. You know what I mean? And I just admired that. Um, but I mean, of course, I saw the movie, whoop de doo. But I mean, I saw the movie. I read the autobiography. I read the script. I read any little supporting things that came with it. I mean, I used to celebrate his birthday, his passing day, all of that kind of stuff. As I got older, I kind of forgot some of those things, but I definitely always admired Malcolm X. Um, and as I get older, and just in having this and doing more research, like James Baldwin,
Mhm.
um Maya Angelou. Now, for Maya Angelou, it was when I was a lot younger. I was probably 13, 14, because I used to be an avid reader. I mean,
Mhm.
religious reader. I had no issues reading books. I read Gone with the Wind in 3 days, and that's a 1,000-page book. um So, I mean, Maya Angelou, of course, the usuals like the Martin Luther Kings and things, but um, and actually, like, I admired Coretta Scott King, because it takes a lot to be a leader like Martin Luther King was, and to be, an activist and be in that spotlight, but it takes a lot more to support
Mhm.
that person.
Right.
And I think that sometimes spouses don't get the credit that they deserve,
Right.
because I think it definitely takes a lot, and they play a big role in that. I think so.
Absolutely.
Um, of course, now that I'm trying to not rattle off names, uh, Nelson Mandela.
Okay. All good ones.
hmm I
Mhm.
could go on, but I'll stop there. I'll stop there.
Mhm. Mm.
So Father's Day. So Father's Day is always, well, not always, but for the last 4 years, it's been a difficult time for me, especially because it always falls around my father's birthday. His birthday was Friday. He would have been 67. And then Father's Day is tomorrow. And actually, the year that he passed, Father's Day was on his birthday.
Mm.
So that was difficult. But you know, I I will always celebrate Father's Day. You know what I mean? Because I had a father. I had a father. And I had him for 35 years. So, I will at least have 35 more years of celebrating and acknowledging Father's Day. But every Father's Day, though, it does kind of make me be more aware of fathers. I do think that sometimes fathers get overlooked.
That kinda they do.
you know, and I wonder if the fact that we as a society, I guess, overlooks fathers so often in their importance, if it plays a part into why some fathers are choosing to be absent, just because, nobody ever taught them the importance of fathers.
I can roll with that. I don't know what it's like to grow up with a father though.
No, you didn't have a father figure at all?
Mm-mm. I mean, my sister's dad was around up until maybe I was in the 5th grade because my mom passed when I was in the 4th.
hmm
And then I think he was constantly around because one of my mom's last wishes was that me and my sister remained in contact with each other, even though we lived in separate homes.
hmm
And he made a diligent effort to carry that out that first year. That first year I had some good Christmas gifts. Okay.
Only because you're coming from the mind of a child at that time. You will get a
Right.
pass.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I got my Shaka Khan album and my Houdini album. I want to say it was a third album, but so he as I got older, I saw a little bit less of him. And that's when my grandmother had to sit me down and was like, look, not everybody's going to make time for you.
Mm-hmm.
So life is going to go on. So you just got to do what you got to do. And don't worry about what anybody else is doing for you.
Gotcha.
Okay, bet. Then my dad, like the sperm donor,
Mm-hmm.
he tried to come along and try to gain custody of me. I never told you that, but yeah, he did. He tried to take my grandmother to court for guardianship because he knew I was getting my mom's money.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. And so my grandmother fought tooth and nail, and so of course she got me. So, but no, I didn't have any father figures around. My grandmother was divorced by that time, so.
And what was the situation with your father, with your biological father?
Well, for one, he was older because when I was born, he was 23. My mom was only 17.
Mm.
But he had other kids. I have a sister. We're about the same age. Who I met at a picnic.
How you just so you just discovered? Like,
So I went to a picnic with one of my cousins, an older cousin, and she was like, me and the girl, we were talking because kids get together, they just start talking. So my cousin, she was like, "Oh, you met?" I don't even remember the girl's name. She was like, "Oh, you met? That's your sister."
ooh.
Mhm. 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 So yeah, and then my grandmother on my dad's side, she lived 2 blocks around the corner from where I lived. Had lived there for years, never knew that until one day she saw me on the bus. That's how I found out about a lot of my family members, like me just being out and about. She was like, "What's your name?" "Lovey." "Oh, I'm your grandmother."
Oh.
"Okay, excuse."
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, okay. Interesting." So I kind of picked her brain a little bit, and then I got her number. And me and Tasha used to go around there every once in a while. And it's funny because my grandmother's name was Rosalie. Rosie Lee. Her name was Rosa Lee.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Weird. Weird.
Mm,
Hella
okay.
weird. But yeah, then one time I went to go to a job interview, and the lady, she was like, "I've seen you before. What's your daddy's name?" "My dad's name?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Donald?" She's like, "I thought that was you. I had a baby with your daddy."
No.
And then I wound up working in the same office with her. Yeah. Yeah. So I got a brother. His name Dante. Then she asked me one day, she's like, "Who do you look like?" She's like, "Because I kind of see Donald in you, but do you look like your mom?" "Yep, I sure do. I'm a spitting image. You want to see a picture?"
I am tickled. Like, so you just got random family. Like, hey, I slept with your daddy. I'm your grandma.
Mm-hmm.
That's your
And
sister.
then I saw my dad waiting on the train, like Marta Bart.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in my electric chair. I want to say that was when I was working 2 jobs and going to school. So I was rushing to hop on the train, but I had just missed it because I was trying to hurry up and get home. Yeah, I got the job, Mama. I did because I wound up working with her. So I'm flying by trying to catch this train, but it's about to leave. So I heard Lovey. So I turn around and I look. Now, mind you, I had only seen him like a couple of times throughout my life. So for me to now see this man as an adult, I don't know who you are. Who? So I'm like, yes. You don't know who I am? And I'm the kind of person where I'm not going to come out and admit, no, I don't know who you are. So I'll be like, you look familiar. Because I remember that happened to me one time when we went to go see Ricky Smiley, right? Me and Sharon. And no, I was with my friends. And he was like outside, talking to the people. And this girl, she was like, Lovey, you don't remember me? Hey, girl, you look grown. But and so I'm looking at her like, she was like, you don't remember me? And so Ricky wasn't that far from me. And I was like, you look familiar, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me how we know each other. Ricky talking about, why you just didn't tell that girl that you don't know her?
Oh,
So yeah, it's but yeah, he was just like, hey, how you doing? I'm your father. Okay.
Luke, I am your
Right.
father.
Right. I was just like, okay, and yeah, I have a whole slew of brothers and sisters out there.
Mm.
I do.
So Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Oh, dang, you 23, 22, messing with a 16-year-old.
Mm.
Matter of fact, she wasn't even 16. No, she was going on 18. Yeah.
Well, that was almost 50 years ago, though, Lovey. That was a different time. People were getting married at 16, 17.
Not in Cali.
Oh, yes, because y'all so progressive. Whatever. One of these days, you're going to fall off that horse.
No, my grandmother was pissed. My grandmother was hot. Because she asked her, she was like, Danny, are you pregnant? Girl, this been a running joke for years. Girl, she came out and said a little bit.
Oh, y'all mama said a little
A
bit.
little bit. Ooh, my grandmother used to run that in the ground. I remember when your mama gonna tell me, I'm pregnant a little bit. What the? Okay, so excuse me, mama. But I think I said it before. My grandmother had a gap in her teeth. And so when she would drop the F bomb, it would be, yeah, hilarious.
So, where's your dad now?
So maybe like last year or maybe the year before last, I tried to look for him. I did find his profile on Facebook, but the picture was a little small. So I took a screenshot and I was just like, hey, to send it to Sharon. You know, I sent it to Sharon.
Of course.
I was like, is this Donald? And so she was just like, that is him.
I love Auntie Sharon.
Because she would remember a lot more because there's pictures of him at the house. So
Okay.
he used to come around prior to me. So
Oh, so you ran him off.
probably did.
So you found a Facebook picture. I mean, a profile.
I want to say I sent the friend request, but he never responded. So
And so he would be what, 70 something now?
probably, yeah. Because my mom would have been 67 this year.
Oh, our parents were the same age.
Yeah, about the same
Oh.
age. Mm-hmm. Yep. But Tasha's dad, he was there for a minute and he would help me along the way if I ever needed help, but he kind of rubbed me the wrong way one day when he introduced me as his stepdaughter. I was like, okay, and this pretty much defines where our relationship will go forward.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that hurt me.
Okay.
That really broke me in half. I'm like, what? Stepdaughter? Who says that? Why can't just be your daughter? Baby, glad I wasn't older because I would be like, oh, that's all I am.
So how old were you at that time?
How old is Alani? 23. I think I was like 22, 23, something like that.
No, okay.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Fun facts. Interesting.
Fun facts. Yeah, a little bit
Interesting.
about me. Uh-huh. But I kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I do have suffer from something without there being some type of father figure in my life. But I don't think so
Hmm.
because I've never allowed it to get to me. I mean, I got my strength from my grandmother.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I can dig it. I can dig
Hmm.
it.
But I will say, whenever the time does come when when I finally get to select my bridesmaids, I will ask Tasha's dad to take me down the aisle.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mhm, mhm. Well, hopefully that moment will come.
From your ears to God, okay? I mean, your mouth to God. Because it's hard out here for a crib.
Apparently, it's hard out here for anybody. Trying
Oh,
to tell
that's
you.
true. That's true. Yeah.
Trying to tell you.
It's a mess.
But wow, you blew my mind with all that. That was okay. Well, that was good. Good story. Good talk. Good talk. But I was trying to think of one of my favorite stories about my dad, cause like, did I tell you about when he got into an accident? Yeah,
Mm-mm.
okay. So I was, and this is one of the reasons like why when he passed, I was shocked because I felt like he could survive anything.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my brother were at camp at YMCA. Top
How
Flight.
old were you?
We had to be maybe probably about 6 and 8, maybe 8 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I was 10. But we had left our lunch at home, and so we called dad to, or they called dad to bring us some lunch, and he was late. So
We're bringing the lunch?
yeah, we trying to figure out what's going on or whatever, and he show up with cold McDonald's and a neck brace, and we're like, oh, okay, and we ungrateful children, like this food cold. Daddy got into a whole accident with a tractor trailer, flipped the car, and still came and brought his children some lunch. So I don't know how. I mean, I was too young to know all the backstory, but I know he did. I mean, I'm just saying, I was a kid. But whatever car he went in, he was in a different car when he brought us lunch. Like he made a way. You hear me? His kids was not finna be hungry.
Cold or not, you was gonna eat.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, and it's just the irony because we were upset about some cold McDonald's. Like McDonald's ain't been good for a long time, and no matter how long, even when you loved McDonald's, it ain't never good cold. Ain't never been good cold. Ain't nothing you can eat from McDonald's cold. Mm-mm, no,
Mm-mm.
but
That's funny. Did y'all ever talk about it as an adult?
n- not as an adult. I mean, I may have been like over 18 when we talked about it. Um,
That's an adult.
no, because if you talk to an 18-year-old right now, you gonna call them a kid.
It's a different time. We were adults at that time. We were way more mature than the 18-year-olds right now.
Well, because one, we weren't as enabled
Well,
as
this is
this
true.
this generation is. Like we had to do stuff and wanted to. Like I can't get over this generation that don't want to drive. That don't want to work now. Continuing to stay with their parents, which I actually am kind of happy to see. And so it's kind of a give and take. But continuing to stay with their parents until they're ready, yes, but like you just live here forever like a child, like you ain't got to work, you just do no, 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 no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. But I will say that I knew people. There was a family that lived on my block, the Joneses.
You were keeping up with the Joneses?
Yeah, because they used to have everything. Because the dad used to work for the city, so he had money. And it was six of them. They were the Brady Bunch, three girls, three boys. And the mom was okay with the kids staying home. She was like, yeah, because their oldest, Shonda, she didn't move out till she was like 30 something.
Hmm.
So they were perfectly fine with that. But for the most part, I know for the way I grew up versus the way Sharon grew up apparently was totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Because my grandmother pushed her. Because me and Sharon are 9 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
But my grandmother used to push her, like, you're not gonna be staying here and not working and contributing to the household.
And
So
then
if you
you, the spoiled brat, came along.
I got everything.
I know.
I wanted to work though. Cause my grandmother signed me up for a summer job when I was 14. I did that. I realized that I could get paid. I could have money in my pocket and she'll still cover everything. Okay, bet. That's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. So I worked, but I still lived at home. But I understood that if I keep busy, I ain't gotta worry about what's going on in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh nope, can't do that, gotta go to work. And I try to tell my cousin Darius that because this, speaking on, kids, because nowadays parents, they coddle their kids. They don't allow them to make mistakes in order for them to grow, which I tell Sharon all the time. You're setting him up for failure going forward in life. Because if he don't know that he's effed up, how will he learn? How
Mm-hmm.
will you know to pick yourself up and get back up and do it all over? Try again.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him as soon as he graduated from college, high school, I was like, okay, look, you be complaining that they always asking you to do stuff. Go out and get a job. They not gonna bother you. You gonna be too busy.
Right.
And he was like, oh yeah, that's right, huh? Then college wasn't for him. Okay, I get it. It's not for everybody. But again, you hollering about they bothering you, asking you to babysit and stuff. They can't bother you if you out making money. So he ain't got it. I mean, I think he's kind of getting it now because our last conversation, he's kind of sounded like he had some sense. I was like, okay, 26, get it. But yeah, these kids today, I will never understand how is it that you get to be of 18 years old and you not want to get behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah, no.
Like we was waiting on bated breath to get our license.
We were trying to stretch up, trying to grow, not even be old enough, just be tall enough to drive. You know what I'm saying? Like we try to figure out how many phone books does it take, and can I reach the pedal and see, or I'm gonna do the pedal. You look, just tell me what to do.
And
Like,
then I couldn't just hop behind the wheel of a car. I had to literally wait it out until I got my own car. But
yeah,
please believe the minute that I was able to take the driving test, no, take the written test and have my permit. So when it came time for me to get my car, oh, I'm ready.
hmm,
I'm ready. That's why I don't like sitting around waiting on nobody to do anything for me when it comes to give me a ride now.
oh, I know. Ooh, no, that's the worst. Like when you waiting on your car, or waiting on the ride when you got a car. If they 5 minutes late, it feel like 5 hours. You 38 hot. Like, no, no. Cause I remember I had put my car in the shop. I think I put my car in the shop and they had it for a couple of days, and the V was home. And so he took me to work, and I got there on time, which I don't do. I get there like 15 to 30 minutes early. I was like, no, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Then, let me know when you getting off so I can be there. That sounds great. But I gotta let you know. Like, no. No, because I done had my own vehicle for too long to be
Mm-hmm.
no, no, because now, I'm just used to let you know when I get off, when I get home, something like that. But like, oh, no, 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 no. That don't
Yeah,
work.
no. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about these kids today. I just don't. Parents, y'all need to knuck up, get a backbone.
Mm. But I mean, and the weird part about it is the children that we're having issues with are, the progeny of our generation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, we was raised the same way.
Same way.
Hey, you letting it do that?
Right. 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 So I told Shannon, I was like, we cut from the same cloth. I may have gotten away with a lot of stuff, but when my grandmother was bad, I still got the same kizzy whipping as you did. So I don't understand. What is this? I don't know. Go on with your black factor.
All right, so this week's Black Factor, I can't never get this glare right. It's the Haitian Revolution from 1791 to 1804. Successful anti slavery and anti colonial insurrection overthrowing the French led to the West pulling out of the institution of slavery throughout the Americas. Only slave uprising that led to the founding of a state free from slavery and ruled by non whites and former captives. Self liberated slaves destroyed slavery, fought to preserve their freedom, and with the collaboration of mulattoes, founded the sovereign state of Haiti. Challenged long held beliefs about Black inferiority and enslaved persons' capacity to achieve and maintain freedom. Perfect for this date, actually. But this is the Haitian Revolution. Again, it was 1791 to 1804. And that is your Black Fact for the week. So, once again, with the airing of the Black Fact, we have reached the end of yet another episode. As always, Miss Levy, thank you so much for your content, and especially all the girl. I need some popcorn for them stories you was telling her. I was like, oh, I didn't know this. Oh, okay. Let me know. Let me find out.
Yes.
Uh,
Story time.
Yes, fun times. And to you guys and girls out there, happy Juneteenth, and of course to all of the fathers out there, happy Father's Day to you. Those of you that are fathers and that are spending time with your fathers, cherish the time, because I'm here
Mm-hmm.
to tell you there will be a day where you will regret the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and you would wish for these times back. So spend what you can while you can. And on that note, we are out. Thanks again. It is the Saturday Sit Down, y'all. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.